Hi everyone, this is Christine with christinestampingspot.blogspot.com, and today I want to show you how I made this card right here. Now I already posted this particular card to my blog, but since I was working with the Sheltering Tree stamp set from Stampin' Up! Last time I did a video on the big fall tree, I decided I might as well go ahead and show you how I did this card too. Now, if you watched my video on the fall tree, you'll remember I told you there were lots of different techniques you could use to get multiple colors in your trees. And for the fall card, I simply stamped the leaf image and then stamped it in two different colors, and then I used this small stamp to kind of enhance the bush on the tree. For this particular card, we're going to use a technique called thumping. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. This will be a pretty super simple video and super quick, hopefully. So the first thing that we're going to do is, again, I'm going to work from the bottom to the top here in my card. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment first. And the sentiment that I'm using this time is called, it says, "Friendship is a sheltering tree." And it's just going to go right here at the bottom. So I'm going to open up my early espresso ink. Okay, go ahead and set that down, and I'm going to ink up my sentiment. Let me turn it around here. Okay, get that nice and inked up, and then I'm just going to put that right along the bottom here, and it does fit. It's a very tight fit, but it fits. So I'm just going to stamp that down and straight up. Friendship is a sheltering tree. Then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the little swoosh that goes underneath the tree. And this particular one I stamped in pink pirouette. So I'm going to get out my pink pirouette stamp pad. Push it back. I'm going to go ahead and just move the early espresso out of the way for a moment. And I'm going to ink up the little swoosh for under the tree in the pink pirouette. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. Just center it right over your sentiment and stamp down and straight up. There you go. There's the little swoosh that goes underneath the tree. Now it's time to stamp our tree. So I'm going to take the tree image, and I'm again going to go back to the early espresso. And this really is my favorite color to use for the tree. It's a really dark, really pretty brown color. Okay, so now, like in the fall card, I'm going to put it so the trunk of the tree is a little bit down in that pink, so the tree is not just kind of floating in air. Push down on your tree and straight up. There you go. There's your beautiful tree. And now it's time to do the leaves. So I'm going to take my leaf stamp. I'm going to bring back over the pink pirouette stamp pad, and I'm going to get this nice and inked up. Now, before I stamp this down, this is called the thumping technique. I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to pick up my Stampin' Right Rose Red Stampin' Right marker. And this comes in the Regals collection of markers. You can get all of the colors in each color family in a set. So I went ahead and got the Regals collection, and you're going to open up, you have two ends on these markers. You have this smaller end, which is perfect for journaling if you're doing project life or something like that. It's just perfect for that. And then the other end is the brush end, and this is the end that you're going to be using when you do the marker, any marker technique where you take your marker and you put it straight to your stamp. So for the thumping technique, I'm literally just going to thump this rose red over this marker, or excuse me, over this inked stamp. So again, I haven't stamped it down yet. It's still got that pink pirouette ink on it. And I am just thumping all around. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. I'm just doing it helter-skelter here. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put my cat back on my marker. Now, because we've inked this in pink pirouette and then we took a little time with the marker, some of that pink pirouette ink may have dried. So I'm just going to bring the stamp up to my mouth, and I'm going to huff on it just to get some of my breath on it. Okay, and now I'm going to stamp it down, just straight down and up. And can you see the different colors in that? How pretty that is? You've got the pink, and then you've got the darker pink from the rose red that just is kind of speckled throughout. And every time you make this card, it's going to look a little bit different because there's no way you can, make it look the same every time. And that's what I love about stamping, is that every card can look different. So just to complete the card super quick, I'm going to get out my rose red cardstock. I'm going to get my snail adhesive here. And we're just going to very quickly put this card together. And it's super, super simple. Just going to, when I use larger images like this tree, I kind of like it to be the focal point of my card. So I just keep it super simple. And I also did this card for my first swap with my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator team. So when you're doing swap cards, you want them to be beautiful, but you also want them to be relatively simple to put together since you're making so many of them. So I put the Very Vanilla, and I think I forgot to mention, I stamped the image on Very Vanilla cardstock, and I have a Very Vanilla card base which I've already scored and folded, and this is just a standard card size of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to stamp this down like this, and ta-da, that's my card. It was so super simple. I think that took me maybe 5 minutes to make, and it's just beautiful. And I think, at least I hope, that the ladies in my swap group enjoyed receiving this card. I think I made about 22 of them or something like that. So I hope that you enjoyed this video using the thumping technique on the Stampin' Up! Sheltering Tree stamp set. Tomorrow I'm going to have a really cool video for you showcasing one of the brand new punches and stamp sets from the holiday catalog. So stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to request an annual catalog or a holiday catalog or both, please hop over to my blog. I will link it at the bottom of this video. And then click on the Request a Catalog tab at the top and shoot me an email. And I would be more than happy to get those out to you complimentary. And again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.